Welcome back. Perfect afternoon, perfect venue, perfect opportunity for either Harrogate Town or Notts County to join Barrow in the Football League. The next 90 minutes, all penalties if required. No extra time will happen here. If they are level on 90, straight to pens. Only, of course, one can progress from here. Either in Notts County's case, back to where they feel they belong, or in Harrogate's case, for the first time ever, up they will go and up they will rip that plastic pitch at Harrogate. Should that happen? Holty, what's your gut telling you?
I fancy Harrogate. I said it last week. I just think they've got enough. I think they've got different sets of skills they can do. They keep the ball really well. They move it around. They'll love being on this pitch. It'll suit them down to the ground, getting different areas. Look, Notts County, don't get me wrong, it'll be a tough game. I can't see there being much in it, like everyone said, the two managers. I think they're two different styles, but I just think Harrogate will edge at the end.
I presume, therefore, you'll be going for Notts County, just to be...
Correct. Yeah, no, I'm leaning towards that experience, you know, the piece with Michael Doyle, that determination, you know, he wants to cap his career, he wants to achieve something. I just strongly fancy Notts County. I think they've looked really, really strong.
It is a hard one to call. We're about to find out. Don't forget, BT Sport also now available to watch on your TV via the app on selected devices such as Xbox, Samsung, PlayStation and Apple TV. For more information on all of that, do go to btsport.com/large screen app. Here they come then. Harrogate out, Notts County about to follow them. And we will follow up to the commentary gantry here at Wembley and pick up your two voices that will guide us through the next 45, 90 minutes and maybe penalties for the right to claim that trophy and that spot in the Football League. Good afternoon, Adam Virgo and Adam Somerton.
Afternoon, Matt. Afternoon, everyone. Well, the prize is normally handed out at Wembley in May, but for whichever club wins this today, it will have been worth the wait. The reward could hardly be greater. Football League promotion, the holy grail at this level. Dreams will be made and shattered today. The pressure, pain and pleasure of promotion finals always makes them unmissable. Of course, it looks different today, it feels different today, but the pressure is exactly the same on these two groups of players. We'll pause now for the national anthem. Well, Harrogate one game away from being the smallest club in the Football League. This is the club's first ever trip to Wembley in their 106-year history. Notts County, a League One club as recently as 2015. Among the pre-season promotion favourites is a year of rejuvenation to end in promotion under the arch. Well, Harrogate are unchanged from the side that began their semi-final win over Boreham Wood. Goalkeeper James Belshaw came through Notts County's youth system, and his dad is a season ticket holder at Meadow Lane. Belshaw and captain Josh Falkingham both feature in the official National League Team of the Year. Veteran striker John Stead is yet to play at Wembley. He'll hope to do that from the bench. Well, the only Notts County player named in the official National League Team of the Year is Enzio Baldwin, but just like in the semi-final win over Barnet, he must once again settle for a place on the bench. Christian Dennis has recovered in time from a calf problem that forced him off in that game last weekend, meaning it's the same 11 as well that's picked by Neil Ardley. Adam Virgo is alongside me and has been taking a look at how they'll set up tactically.
Well, for me, certainly there is no surprise that neither managers had to make a change coming into today's game. but it's really, really interesting on paper. You've got a counter-attacking sign in Harrogate Town, especially the way they press in that midfield and they press high. So it's really important the way that Notts County will want to play out from the back, that they have to keep the ball in good areas, but then also they've got that individual bit of quality in Callum Rollins down that right-hand side. An area that Harrogate have to be aware of. They've got to stop Notts County getting crosses into the box, because Dennis and Wooten are very, very lethal when the ball's out wide and crosses come into the 18-yard box.
Well, this level of football, all about stories, isn't it? There's Irving Weaver, who has been in charge of Harrogate, the owner since 2011, and of course looks to get promoted to the Football League for the first time with his son, Simon Weaver, who's been there 2 years longer than his dad as the manager. Well, Neil Ardley looking to achieve a second playoff success as a manager. Led Wimbledon to League One via that method in 2016. They beat Plymouth 2-0 in the final at Wembley. Can he be the man to guide Notts back to the Football League at the first time of asking? Well, Notts County, a club that seems on the way back up. Promotion and immediate return to the Football League would provide indisputable proof of that. Harrogate's progress over the last decade has been steady but determined. Only a full-time club since 2017. As the players here take the knee in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement. And we are underway at Wembley. Harrogate seeking their second promotion in 3 seasons. The Football League, for one of these sides, just one win away, Adam Verga.
Well, it's a really, really interesting game on paper for me. I think it's the right one after the playoff results that have happened, and to put these two sides into this situation. It's important that you still play your normal games. Listening to both managers in their pre-match talks of the same setup, the same training session that they've come into these games, try to not change anything too much. This is an area here early on. Harrogate will be certainly looking to press early. Falcon him in on Doyle. They're just trying to pick up that position in midfield, and that's what they want. They want them to squeeze up to try and win these second balls from the halfway line.
A meeting this of two clubs who could hardly be more different at this level of football. Harrogate never played in the Football League. Only Preston have featured in more EFL matches than Notts County. Magpies' average gate, even in the fifth tier, stood at over 5,000 this season. Harrogate's more like 1,300. Yet they finished the regular season 3 points above Notts. History says there's a gulf between these two clubs, but in the here and now, they are well matched, aren't they? And that's why this should be a good final.
Oh, it's a tough one to call, it really is. Experience in one camp in terms of Notts County, what they have in the spine of their side, and the momentum that Neil Ardley has brought coming to this promotion final. I mean, you could have certainly had a case for both teams, Adam, still to push for the league title if the season hadn't ended when it did.
Roberts. What a game he had in the semi-final. That wonderful individual goal that made it 2-0. I've seen in Nottingham, they're calling him the Geordie Messi. Burrell with the throw-in for Harrogate. It's one for Martin to chase. Oh, well, the goalkeeper, Slocum, chasing back. Martin making only his second ever appearance for Harrogate.
Well, I mentioned the press of Harrogate early on. Ben Turner just allowing that to bounce a couple of times, not dealing with that one quick enough.
Also has previous experience of playing at Wembley. Ben Turner actually scored for Cardiff in their League Cup final defeat to Liverpool, lost on penalties after a 2-2 draw. He said his advice to his teammates would be, look at the grass, not at the stadium, or it gets a bit of the wow factor that can get in your head. O'Brien with the ball inside. It's cleared by Connor Hall for Harrogate. Doyle to Turner. Now back to Slocum, another player in the Notts side who's won at Wembley. That was with Blackpool in a League Two playoff final. There's a lot of talk ahead of this game, Adam, about whether the extra experience there is, the extra Football League experience there is as well in this Notts County side, could be a telling factor today.
I think there will be certain periods of the game, Adam, where you do look for your experience, maybe more when you're under pressure early on in the game, that they have to be brave in keeping the ball. You're looking at Turner early on, you're looking at Doyle, you're looking at O'Brien on that left-hand side. Just a calm head, sometimes you do need.
Now they've worked this nicely, and Martin and Muldoon wait on the edge of the area. Diamond's a player who could potentially be very influential down that left-hand side for Harrogate. They were delighted when they got him for the playoffs because, of course, he's on loan from Sunderland. Lloyd Kerry. Fallowfield. Played back by Thompson to Falkingham, the captain. Kerry again. Do play a lovely brand of passing football ordinarily, Harrogate. Their tempo was excellent in their semi-final win, as well as it goes in towards Thompson! What a good finish! And in this promotion final, it's first blood to Harrogate, and it's George Thompson who's put Simon Weaver's side in front.
Well, it's a brilliant, brilliant start for Harrogate Town, and it all starts from the diagonal from Connor Hall early on. That spread to play really, really quickly. You're just looking at Thompson, central in your picture now. He turns, he knows there's a little bit of space to run into if this cross comes across the near post, and he gets there just in front of Ben Turner. It's a brilliant, brilliant first-time ball in there. That sets up the cross nicely from Fallowfield for Thompson to go and get there first. It's been an excellent start, it really has, for Harrogate Town, and a deserved lead.
Well, so many of these Harrogate players have never played in the Football League. He is one of them. And it's George Thompson who's put them in front early doors here. He was a sub in last season's semi-final loss to Fylde. And you do get the feeling, you have done right from the start of these playoffs, that for Harrogate, they feel like there's something they really want to put right in terms of what happened in the playoffs last season, because they badly underwhelmed in that eliminator against Fylde.
Yeah, they did. I say, second half they had a go, didn't they, against Dave Challoner's side, but it wasn't quite enough. But I think he'd be absolutely pleased. But I thought against Borehamwood, the first 35 minutes, they were excellent. They pressed, but they just couldn't find that goal. And this time they've got it. They all settle the nerves down, but it's been a bit of a slow start for Notts County for me. Talking about the experience in your side, but got to give credit the way that Simon Weaver's side are really, really pressing, stopping them playing out from the back through midfield.
Rose. Again, there's that pressing from Harrogate. Notts County having no time at all to settle on the ball in the early stages here. It's Harrogate, the side in front, who are rather dictating this at the moment. Well, a chance here as well for Harrogate to potentially put one to the edge of the Notts County box here. It's the goal scorer Thompson who will take it. It's Turner who got his head to that. O'Brien brings it clear for Notts County. Brindley does well to get there first. Roberts. Doyle with the ball across here to Bagan. Dennis is in space in the box here. Wootton waits in the middle, but it's badly overhit by the teenager Bagan. Well, he hadn't scored since the 3rd of March. George Thompson, what a place to get back on the score sheet.
What it is, I mean, it's a massive wide pitch here at Wembley. It's a great crossfield ball, but it's Thompson's run for midfield that sees the gap across that near post area. It's a perfectly timed ball there from Fallowfield. But it's the midfield run, it's the awareness around him to see the space to run into, and his run sets up that cross that came in. Massive start for them.
He was a player who spent time in Glenn Hoddle's academy in Spain. George Thompson. Long it goes from Burrell, that's turned into a really good ball, and it's a chance to make it 2, but it's wide. Glorious opportunity that for Aaron Martin to double Harrogate's lead.
Well, it should be 2-0. Not too sure what Ben Turner's doing here. Wins that first header. You have to get back into shape. He just keeps ball watching. Martin runs in behind him. It's a great first touch to take it over his shoulder. But he will be disappointed with that. That's the hard bit, bringing the ball down. Just doesn't quite catch the stop cleanly enough to hit the back of the net.
An unsettled start for an experienced player in Ben Turner. One who's played at Wembley before. But what a chance that was for Aaron Martin. Only made his debut for them in the semi-final. Dennis now at the other end. I had Roberts and Wootton both on the edge of the box. Really open start to this game, Adam. Notts County looking to react here. It's Wootton. And now Roberts. Quickly closed down. Brindley was there first, though. Now it's Mitch Rose. Now Notts County moving it quickly. Really exciting start to this promotion final. Dennis. Taken off him by Roberts. Wootton waiting in the middle. They do well to get it clear through Hall.
Much, much better there from Neil Ardley's side.
Bagan with the throw-in, which finds Christian Dennis, who's got 4 goals in his last 4 games. Launched up towards Jack Muldoon. And it was Lacey who came across for Notts County. What have you made of Notts County's reaction, Adam?
Better in the last couple of minutes, but I think he'll still feel a frustration that the ball over the top's really hurting them. And as a back four, that's an area that you know that the 2 centre-halves don't have an abundance of pace, so you may have to give yourself a yard or two. And I just think their line at the moment is a little bit crooked. It's not quite right as a back four. But I think what they've done on the ball has just not been clinical enough, trying to build up possession. But the last sort of 2 minutes, certainly more encouraging signs, because you're getting the ball into Dennis's feet in Harrogate's 18-yard box, and that's when Roberts can get into play a little bit more.
Falkingham. He plays a bit like the quarterback, really, for Harrogate. When he's on his game, when he's playing well, Harrogate tend to play well. Martin looking to use his strength, but it goes in Notts County's favour. James Bell is our referee today, took charge of 17 National League games. In the regular season, showed 46 yellow cards, no reds. Let's hope it stays that way in the final. We all remember Liam Ridehouse, don't we, in Tranmere a couple of years ago. Inside a minute, he was sent off. We got a lot of drama that day, and I've got the feeling there's going to be plenty here today as well.
I think for a neutral, Adam, sometimes just that early goal really sets the game up nicely. Especially without the extra time, Adam, and going straight to penalties. You have to certainly be a lot quicker to react into goals.
It's the 18th National League promotion final since the playoffs were introduced in the 2002-03 season. There's never been a 0-0 draw in a National League playoff final at Wembley. And we got an early goal in this one as well through George Thompson. His experience for Notts is going to be so important, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly will be now, Adam. So you go a goal down and it's almost like there's still no need to panic. Still plenty of time left into the game. You know you've got 2 great strikers up there. They're on good goal-scoring form. You know you've got the width, especially with Callum Roberts, that can create something. So still plenty of time to go.
Michael Doyle, the captain, looking for his 3rd promotion in 4 seasons. It's his 3rd Wembley final, but that's a good ball in. And the shot hit on the turn by Muldoon, and that is another decent chance that goes a-begging for Harrogate.
Well, they're 2 good chances, one from Martin, now one from Muldoon. Just onside there, but just gets goal side of Doyle. It's been a nervous start from Notts County, I must be honest. But you've got to start taking your chances when you're given this opportunities.
Of all the players Harrogate would have wanted that to fall to, it would have been Jack Muldoon. 5 goals in his last 5 games. Their top scorer last season, their top scorer this season. And Notts County have been so solid at the back. Lacey has been excellent in central defence. In fact, since he broke into the side at the end of December, they'd kept 8 clean sheets in 12 games and only conceded 6 goals. But nerves can do strange things.
Well, he's got Rawlinson on the bench, who has had an excellent season as well, and I think that was a dilemma going into that Barnet game. Could he have started Rawlinson and Lacey? But he went with Turner. He's missed a big part of this season through injury, and he's gone with Turner again. Just seeing that ball over the top's just really, really hurting them at the moment.
Turner seemed to be held there by Muldoon, and does indeed get the free kick. What a marathon season this has been. The National League campaign began 366 days ago. Notts were beaten 1-0 by Eastleigh. Harrogate drew 2-2 with Solihull Moors. Now they meet at Wembley with a place in the Football League on the line, and it's Harrogate who've made the better start, but Notts on the attack here with Rose. Roberts has come inside. Brindley provides the width down the right. Lacey. That's a good ball, and into some space here for Brindley, who's got Wootton arriving in the middle. Dennis is there as well! And behind it goes for a corner, but that was much more like it from Notts.
Well, the front two, when they brought them into play, looked really, really sharp, Dennis and Wootton. I mentioned the area straight at the start of this game that Harrogate have to stop crosses coming in. Another prime example how dangerous they are from balls out wide.
Up come the centre halves. Turner's forward, Lacey's forward. Floated across by Roberts. Turner got his head to it, but he couldn't pick out either Wootton nor the goal.
That's a great ball over the top there. Both fullbacks do like to get forward for Neil Ardley's side.
His physical presence, Martin, has certainly caused Notts problems in the early stages of this game. He won 11 aerial duels in the semi-final victory over Boreham Wood. Muldoon now. Diamond in the box, and Martin's in there too, but they go back to build again here, Harrogate. Diamond leaps with Brindley. Heavy first touch by Martin, but Notts get the free kick for the foul on Brindley. Diamond, a player who, as I say, they were so glad to get on loan from Sunderland. Not really got him into the games too much so far today, but a potential threat down that left-hand side for Brindley to have to deal with. Simon Weaver describes Diamond as a bit of a throwback winger. Wants to get at full-backs, scares teams, he says. And there's a few in this Harrogate side who can do that.
Yeah, I'll say he's a player that, so you mentioned about Callum Roberts, just that individual bit of quality that when you get your head down, he's an attacking winger that gets into play. I think Bagan's a decent out ball as well down the left-hand side, because Diamond wants to come inside. That's where Jim O'Brien is more central, but playing on that left-hand side. He's kind of cutting in a little bit. So both fullbacks are really in decent space.
Doyle, who looks for Roberts. He's done well there, Roberts. Back to Doyle it goes. Now Brindley. Doyle looking for Wootton, but just overhit it. Had a good season. Carl Wootton signed permanently now from Scunthorpe. 18 goals in all competitions. And I think when you look at the twin threat of Dennis and Wootton, it'll be a reason why Neil Ardley won't be panicking at all just yet.
I say the encouraging sign for me, as poor as Notts County have been in the defensive and in the midfield area, every time the ball's gone into their feet, Wootton's held it up and he's brought players into play. Dennis has had the shot as well that's just gone wide. So certainly encouraging signs when they do get into that final third, that they are creating the odd chance, or they are causing Harrogate Town something to think about.
Calmly done by Bagan. Played a nice ball as well to O'Brien. Just got away from Roberts, but Wootton gets it back again quickly for the Magpies. Wide now for Richard Brindley. The League One playoff winner back in 2014 with Rotherham. Here's Turner. Brindley, Lacey. Rose.
Just in that area there, Adam, where the foul was on Rose, that bathed in acres of space. And it's clever movement there from Jim O'Brien, because he's just coming inside and you can just see the space on the left-hand side there. So the quick switch, especially to the left back, certainly a real out ball for Neil Ardley's side. You can see he's in acres of space there, right at the top of your screen there.
Wootton being watched closely, as is Dennis. Floated in there by Lacey towards Wootton. O'Brien couldn't make it, Doyle did that. Bagan. Again, it's up towards Wootton, and it's dropped here for Roberts. Keeps the ball so well ordinarily in these sort of positions, Roberts. Wouldn't open up for the room for the shot, but it's O'Brien now to Doyle. Notts County dominating possession for the moment. Brindley looked to go on the outside, but that's well defended by Diamond.
We've done well there, Diamond, just to get back, and it's a good sign of your winger as well. Likes to get forward, but you also have to have that defensive nature in you as well to help your full-back out. But it's a much better period of play now for Notts County, Adam, in terms of being a lot calmer on the ball, moving the ball a little bit quicker, trying to pull Harrogate out of position.
Roberts couldn't return it to Brindley. And Notts County do get another throw in here. So impressive in their 2-0 win over Barnet in last weekend's semi-finals. Notts. Harrogate beat Boreham Wood 1-0 at Wetherby Road. Also deserved winners. Now they battle it out at Wembley for a place in the Football League. Harrogate's opener through Thompson coming after just 5 minutes. Mitch Rose with the long throw-in. Kept in here by Wootton. Just not quite enough on that to get it back to Rose.
I think it's really now important for Notts County, as I just mentioned a little while ago, that just slightly better in the possession and keeping the ball slightly better than what they were maybe in those first 10 minutes when I thought they looked a little bit nervous, a little bit flat. But this is the ball here, Adam. That left-hand side is acres of space for Bagan to run into.
Muldoon to Falkingham. Martin is the furthest forward. Thompson with the ball wide to Fallowfield. Certainly Harrogate won't be getting carried away with that early goal. It's worth pointing out that the only two teams to go ahead in the opening 5 minutes of the playoff final went on to lose. Grimsby in 2015 against Bristol Rovers, and Luton in 2012 against York. A long way to go in this final. But it was a similarly fast start from Harrogate to that which we saw in their semi-final, where they really looked to get it. Boreham Wood right from the word go. The fitness, the level of intensity from both of these sides in their semi-finals was so impressive for teams that hadn't played for so long.
I think it's a testament to the players, Adam. I think it's a testament to the league, the professionalism now of these players. I mean, the fitness levels of both teams after playing against a team that had already played 90 minutes.
So our drinks break now for the players at Wembley. Just to remind you that both managers are able to make 5 subs today, and there will be no extra time if it's level after 90 minutes, straight to penalties. But while we have this break in play, let's tell you about what we have coming up on BT Sport. Lots to tell you about. The BT Sport Club 2020 kicks off on Wednesday, and we have every game live from the knockout stages of the Europa League and the Champions League. That includes, of course, Manchester United's second leg against Lask, Wednesday at 7:30 for that. And then we see if Rangers can turn it all around in Germany against Bayer Leverkusen. That's from 5:15 on Thursday on 2. Wolves all square from the first leg of their tie against Olympiacos. They'll look to complete the job at Molineux. 7:30 on Thursday for that. What a tie we have in prospects with the return of the Champions League as well. Manchester City leading from the first leg against Real Madrid by 2-1. That's at the Etihad, the second leg of that tie, Friday, 7 o'clock on BT Sport 1. And Chelsea, what a task they have against the German champions Bayern, 3-0 down from the first leg. Saturday, 7 o'clock for that. What an August we've got to look forward to with the Europa League and the Champions League. But what have you made, Adam Virgo, of the first 24 minutes that we've had under the arch at Wembley?
I think it's been an excellent game so far. Sometimes teams can be a little bit nervous to try and make the wrong decision early on and not be brave on the ball, and sometimes not play the way that you've played throughout the season. But it was an excellent start for Harrogate Town. It really was. I thought they intensity of pressing Notts County at the back, the ball over the top. And that has been the difference, that they got two strikers that can run in behind, when Notts County got two strikers that want to come into feet. So it's important now that Notts County do get the ball. I mentioned the ball out wide is an important out ball for them. But some will be absolutely delighted with this side start so far. Thought they started well against Boreham Wood, was just missing that goal. They've now got that goal, and I think their nerves afterwards. Sometimes you score that early goal, you can drop off and lose that little bit of intensity, but his side haven't done that so far.
The last time he was at Wembley was as a 15-year-old boy back in 1993 to watch his team Sheffield Wednesday in their FA Cup replay defeat to Arsenal. Wootton. Volley pass from Thompson to Fallowfield. Lacey with the clearance, got there just before Martin. Falkinger gets it back off Thompson. Long it goes from Smith. They have a reputation as being a good footballing side, Harrogate, but as they've shown in this first 25 minutes or so, they're not afraid to mix it up with the odd long ball as well.
I'll say it's a quality ball into the channels that it's an area of weakness in terms of the pace that Notts County have with their backs to goal.
That was really nicely worked, and he's gone down just on the edge of the area there, Fallowfield. But again, we see that combination, that threat down the right-hand side from Harrogate.
Just got that extra touch there, just the clip afterwards, wasn't it, from Joel Bagan to get himself into the book.
And the teenager on loan from Cardiff, shown a yellow card. But what an opportunity this is for Harrogate as they seek a second here. And it's the man who scored that goal, Thompson, who's a leading candidate to take the free kick.
Well, he's a decent set place taker, Adam. It's just about the pace of the cross that comes in. He's got the option either to try and whip it around the wall to that near post.
Got a really good right foot, George Thompson. Can he show it here? Knots have to be switched on here. It is Thompson's free kick, and it's a great ball, and it's a second. Well, Thompson turns from goal scorer to provider, and it's Connor Hall who's turned that in for Harrogate. Notts County undone from a set piece. It's all going wrong for Neil Ardley and the Magpies. It's gone perfectly so far for Harrogate.
Well, you always look to concede goals, but conceding goals from a set play, and again it's Ben Turner, just gets muscled out of it in the end there. But we mentioned about the quality of delivery from George Thompson. Put it into an area, go and attack it, and then it's just about the desire. Am I going to go and win that one, or are you going to defend it? Connor Hall just loses Ben Turner for that split second and gets the second goal.
But it was the first signing of the summer for Simon Weaver. He said it was impossible to turn down the dream of full-time football, a Football League football player brought in from Brackley. He was a 7th-tier player as recently as 2018. And I said Notts had to be switched on from that set piece, and they just weren't, were they?
Oh, it's a really, really poor goal to concede, Adam. Almost feels like you're kind of picking on him a little bit, but Ben Turner was there to see where he is, and he just missed him for that split second. But it was a great ball as well. It's a horrible one sometimes to defend against when it's fizzed across into that 6-yard box area.
Long it goes from Lacey. Header was by Burrell. Now Jim O'Brien, who was excellent in the semi-final win over Barnet. Brindley. Now Falkingham. He's got Muldoon beyond him. And Diamond's rushing forward in support as well. And Diamond might get there. He did, but the shot cleared by Turner. And there's every danger here of this getting away from Notts County completely.
Well, game management now becomes so important. We talk about the experience in their side. Get caught in midfield. The desire to run there from Diamond. It was well left there by Muldoon. Turner in the end there to clear. He just couldn't quite get that chip over. Slocum coming out the goal. But what I've been impressed with Harrogate, Adam, is when they've got their goal, as I mentioned before, sometimes you can drop off the pace. They've kept on top.
Slocum being surrounded here. You hardly see a thing as Thompson prepares to swing it in. Roberts got his head to that and then seemed to be pulled back and does indeed get the free kick. It's hard to believe the way that they've started this game, half an hour in now, that this is the first time that Harrogate have ever played at Wembley. Simon Weaver surely elated with the way this first 30 minutes has gone.
No, I'd say he'd be very, very impressed. He still know not to get carried away. It's important that the next goal is going to come absolutely vital in terms of the context of this game. But the game plan's been absolutely superb. The press has been good. The ball in behind's been good.
That question was put to Simon Weaver in the lead-up to this game about the perceived lack of experience of the Harrogate players up against that of the Notts players, and he said, well, we might not have their experience, but we do have legs, we do have energy, and a shared purpose, which he said can be really powerful, and I think we've seen evidence on the pitch of that so far. All up to Notts County now to react, to find the sort of levels that they did in the semi-final. Can he find a way for Notts to get back into this? Said how that relegation, when Notts went down at Swindon, said how it really hurt him. He felt like a failure, probably unfair. Really, there wasn't too much blame personally attached to him. This is an opportunity for Notts to right those wrongs, to put things right. It would be the perfect end to the first season under the new owners, the Danish brothers, Alexander and Christopher Reitz, who've done such a wonderful job. Brindley getting forward, chased down by Diamond. Lacey. Michael Doyle. Player with 669 Football League appearances under his belt. Turner's pass to Bagan. Down the line shows Wootton. Dennis waiting in the box, Bacon's in there as well. Nicely done by Wootton. There's the cross, look for Dennis. And it was well dealt with at the back by Hall. It was Notts County who won the only league meeting between these clubs this season, way back on the 13th of August. It was actually Notts' first win of the National League season at the 4th attempt. It really got them going, that one. O'Brien with the ball in, and Rose is arriving in the box, but out came Belshaw.
I think Mitch Rose just needed a bit more belief there. One of those ones, you know, a goalie's going to come out, but you have to be slightly braver than I think he was.
Well, the story here is James Belshaw, born in Nottingham, was at the Notts County Academy. Lots of his friends are Notts fans. His dad's a season ticket holder at Meadow Lane. Kerry with the ball wide to Diamond. Muldoon came short initially, but now makes his way to the edge of the box as Diamond goes on. Brindley had to be careful there. Burrell forward from left back. Kerry. Fallowfield. Muldoon with the ball back to Josh Falkingham. Lloyd Kerry. Happy to just play in front of Notts County at the moment, Harrogate. And they've done well to get a throw-in out of that ball from Kerry. Fallowfield. You were saying before the game, Lloyd Kerry, that the most important prep they could do, Harrogate, ahead of this game was perhaps not on the training pitch, but in their heads. I think a lot of players would feel that ahead of a game like this at the National Stadium. And they certainly settled the quicker. There's no doubt about that. It's been Harrogate's half so far.
Certainly has. Been really, really impressed with them. Mentioned at the start of the game that you have to kind of come into these games and you want to still try and play the way that's brought you so much success throughout the season, and for it not to change. And Harrogate have done that in abundance. And they've capitalised on Notts County being very, very poor, but I will say Neil Ardley's got good options on the bench. He's got Thomas he can look at. Say Crawford's another creative midfielder in those areas. And of course, Enzo Baldwin, a player that has had an excellent season so far, so the substitutes may happen sooner rather than later.
Wootton looked to have his heels clipped there, which is the point that he's making to the referee, James Bell. Degree of sympathy there for Carl Wootton. It's Mitch Rose who's gone across to take this. Four in the box for Notts County. The goalkeeper Belshaw came a long way, but got a significant touch to that. Cross goes in from Doyle, but it's overhit and behind.
We talk about the quality of Thompson's delivery. As a centre-half, you just get drawn towards the ball. There comes a period of time when you have to take your eye off the ball and actually mark the man. Ben Turner's always got his eye on the ball. Conor just gets in just behind him, and all of a sudden it's just down to desire and the willpower to muscle that player out the way. Well taken finish from him. Influenced the first goal with a long diagonal, and now got an important second goal for his side.
His first since January. Got 3 goals in the regular season. He was talking about how on it they've been in training during the lockdown. Had to wait so long for that first game back. And then, of course, they're up against a team who had an extra 90 minutes under their belt in the semi-final in facing Boreham Wood. It didn't matter at all to Harrogate. O'Brien with a good ball forward. Roberts now with a chance to stretch his legs. Brindley. Time and space for Turner. O'Brien. Doyle. Lacey. Rose. Thompson did well, and now it's Josh Falkingham. He's already had a good season as a Leeds fan. Sliding in was Lacey for Notts. He's proved to be a really good signing. Brought in from Gillingham in November. A National League winner with Luton back in 2014. Burrell's throw it. Harrogate get the decision. Foul on Jack Muldoon, as Rose is spoken to by the referee James Bell.
A little bit of frustration there from Mitch Rose on the challenge. Certainly been a very, very frustrating first half for the midfielder, just that little push afterwards. Well, they've already conceded from one set play. Have to stay switched on for the second one. Slightly different with the right footer now, hitting it towards goal rather than away to goal, but still a dangerous angle here. Got to keep their line right.
Well, he's already got one goal and already got one assist, Thompson. And Hall, who got the second, is one of those in there. Burrell is too. Just over 5 minutes of the first half remaining. Thompson with another dangerous ball in, but this time Notts with it. Deal with it initially. Oh, and it's nodded down brilliantly. And is this a third off the post? Aaron Martin going so close. Massive let-off that for Notts County.
Just a huge let-off, Adam. Ball gets cleared out. You just watch their marking. So poor. I mean, they're lucky at the moment it's still 2-0, because this could have been a cricket score so far. And he's had a couple of key chances here. So many times, Adam, you see that first ball clear, and you just see players running out and not marking players when they're doing that. Maybe a shade of offside, but it was Lacey in the end that just maybe just got that final touch. But this really just sums it up for me first half. Ball watching coming out, slow to react. I mean, it's harsh to criticise them for the season they had, but I'm pretty sure that Neil Ardley's going to have words with his players at half-time.
Well, he's been sending some of his substitutes to warm up right throughout this first half. And one would imagine that he'll certainly be considering changes, and with Enzio Baldwin on the bench as well, the only Notts player in the National League Team of the Year. You wouldn't be surprised at all to see at least one change from Notts at half-time.
Well, I think you'll certainly have to, Adam.
Worked so well for them, didn't it, to play O'Brien on the left in that semi-final against Barnet. He was one of their best players on the day. Here's Wootton. But Baldwin can be box office, and how they could do with a bit of that right now, Notts. Wootton looking to try and turn. He's got Roberts in support. This Harrogate's 5th playoff campaign as a club, and their 3rd in a row. They're used to these sorts of situations. Well, one promotion to the National League via that method in 2018. It's Notts County's 6th playoff campaign. Well, you have to go back to those consecutive seasons under Neil Warnock, 1990 and 91, since they were last promoted by that method. Bagan did really well to keep his footing. Dennis wanted the pass, but it wasn't played early enough, and Falkingham intercepts for Harrogate. The back-pedalling Turner with the header. Good ball by Bagan. Doyle. Smith again elects to send it long. Brindley with the header, and he drops though to Jack Muldoon. Diamond. Too much on that for Martin. Thompson content with the throw-in. Bagan's ball up towards Wootton, who's done really well to make something of that. Does eventually lose possession and gives away the free kick though.
Well, that's Thomas now being asked to warm up. Maybe he goes to a 4-3-3 maybe.
Muldoon suggesting that should have been a corner, but it's a goal kick that has been given. That is another thing that Neil Ardley still has in his favour, Adam. When you look to the bench, they have the greater strength in depth, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and I'm sure a few words from him and Neil Cox at half-time. Maybe just to change things over, but as you mentioned there, Thomas has got good pace, Baldwin's got good pace, Crawford's got a good bit of creativity. I mean, maybe you just have to sacrifice Doyle or Rose in that midfield area. You've got O'Brien on the left-hand side who could come central and then put Baldwin on the left.
More league appearances in the regular season for Notts than any other player this season, Enzio Baldwin. Got 8 league goals as well. Roberts wins it back for Notts. Hall got in front of Wootton. Fallowfield. Muldoon up against Turner. So into a minimum of 3 minutes added on we go at the end of this first half.
Yep. That's been an excellent first half for Simon Weaver and his side. Set out with the intent to press early, got themselves that early goal.
They worked it well again down that right-hand side. As the referee gives a free kick in a very similar position to which Harrogate scored their second.
I didn't think James Bell was going to give this free kick. It was a linesman in the end that gave it on Jim O'Brien. It's really important now that they keep their concentration. Already conceded one from this angle. We've got the cutback maybe as well.
Well, Carey and Falkingham loitering on the edge of the box. Thompson's noticed them. Well, he's also got plenty in the box as well, including the score of the second goal, Connor Hall. What a crucial moment this could be in added time at the end of the half. Thompson's ball, and it took a touch there. And it goes behind. And they'll be feeling pretty relieved again in that Notts penalty box.
I think it was Doyle in the end, the captain, that just got that slight touch to take it away. Important touch as well.
It's Burrell to take the throw. It was a trialist for Simon Weaver when he first took over at the club back in 2009. And it's Burrell's throw-in into the Notts County penalty area. O'Brien with the acrobatic clearance. Comes out here to Fallowfield. And Fallowfield goes on, and it's touched behind by Bagan. And there's a bit of concerted pressure here from Harrogate at the end of the half.
Yeah, excellent finish to the first half for Harrogate Town. Finishing how they started, on the front foot.
Thompson again will take the set piece. This one more of a floated delivery. It's going to be another corner. And they'll be glad of the half-time whistle here, Notts County.
Now, they need to get in now, Adam. Big team talk for Neil Ardley to make it half-time.
Well, they are a club who've come through so much adversity. This their opportunity at Football League redemption today. Thompson with the ball in. Slocum stays put, and it was a good decision. And it's Notts County's ball. Well, he's shown so much fighting spirit to get through what's been such a difficult 15 months for Notts County. A club that finally seems to be on the way back up, but it's their opponents, Harrogate, Simon Weaver's side, who've certainly had the best of that first half. Thompson with a goal and an assist. Scored the first and then provided the cross from a free kick from which Connor Hall got the second. I'll get the half-time thoughts of Grant Holt and Chris Hargreaves with Matt Smith shortly. But at the break, it is Harrogate Town 2, Notts County 0.
And making changes, Neil Ardley making a double change at the start of the second half. Not perhaps a shock, Grant?
Coming. I think they need a little bit more. They didn't really get going in the first half, and look, we knew they got the firepower off the bench.
Yep, going to need to do something. They are doing something. At the moment, it's the happy ending for Harrogate. Don't forget that new BT Sport film, Proud to be Town. At the moment, it's going to be well worth a watch. Can they hang on here for a place in the Football League for the first time ever? More from Chris and Grant after 90 minutes. Back to Adam and Adam.
Thank you, Matt. You know, Harrogate's never truly been known as perhaps a football town. It's maybe more famous for its tea rooms. On a good day at Betty's, the original world-famous Yorkshire tea shop, they can do 1,400 covers. That's 100 more than Harrogate's average home gate. But what a story they are, what a journey they've been on, and so close now to a first ever Football League appearance. But Notts County going for it in this second half, and they've got a free kick right outside the box. That double change, O'Brien and Dennis off, Thomas and Baldwin on, Adam.
Yeah, no surprise, Adam. I mean, they were that bad. I think anyone could have been substituted at half-time. They were that poor. But then all of a sudden now, Thomas comes on. You got that energy in the final third. Sets up a free kick nicely now for Callum Roberts to use his left. He's got Baldwin there that could use his right. Big 10 minutes of this second half, Adam, for Notts County.
What a start this could potentially be to the second half for Notts. Baldwin fresh on. Roberts there too. It's Roberts, and it's superb! It's just the start they needed to the second half. And it's yet another brilliant goal from Callum Roberts, and Notts are back in business.
Well, like against Barnet, he came up with a bit of individual quality and individual brilliance. And again, he has done it on the biggest stage now. They needed a fast start, they needed a good start. James Belshaw just takes a little step to his left, gets beaten his side, he'd be disappointed by that. Just see the little step to the left there, and all of a sudden it goes to his right, and he can't get there. Said the next goal will be crucial. It's gone to Notts County, Adam, now it's game on.
Well, the free kick went inside the first minute, first 30 seconds of the restart. They showed intent, and it's paid off for Notts County. Now, what will the reaction of Harrogate be like to that goal? The header forward by Will Smith. What a good promotion final we've got on here. Baldwin in the National League Team of the Year, but couldn't get in the Notts County team today. Thomas now, the other substitute. Bagan's on the overlap. The three in the middle, and Notts County look a different side all of a sudden.
Oh, Adam, they showed more intent in 2 minutes in this second half than they did in the whole of the first half. I'd have been worried if his side hadn't come out and started like they've done, regardless of the goal. He would have been so disappointed with his side's performance in that first half, as poor as they've been all season. We mentioned the experience, you mentioned the strength and depth in their squad in terms of what he can bring off the bench.
Now they look to threaten from the set piece. Baldwin with the ball into the near post, headed clear by Falkingham. Now up it goes towards Muldoon. Brindley's there for Notts. Thompson sends it forward, it's flicked on by Kerry. Now, whatever happens here in this next 45 minutes or so, if we include what will be added on at the end of the game, the neutral is guaranteed a great story. Football League redemption after relegation, a near extinction for Notts, or a first ever EFL promotion for Harrogate. Here's a 45 minutes of football that could hardly matter more for these two football clubs. Long from Fallowfield, flicked on by Martin, but Muldoon wasn't there. Lacey was for Notts County. Bagan. Bagan with the throw-in. Backheel by Wootton. It's kept in by the Dutchman Enzio Baldwin. Misjudges the pass that. His manager Neil Ardley says he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Says he sometimes comes in for a bit of unfair criticism, describes him as a super talent, and he is, as I said in that first half, potentially box office.
Well, he scored some spectacular goals this season, and when you've played as poorly as you have done in that first half, you have to look at your bench, because they're the ones that are going to come on and change things, and two subs have already been involved in terms of being involved with a free kick where Thomas was brought down on the edge of the box.
Doyley sends it forward. Header won by Will Smith, then cleared by Connor Hall. Muldoon trying to make something of that up against Lacey. Falkingham, who can certainly restore some calm the way he plays the Harrogate in that central midfield. Kerry with the attempted crossfield pass that was intercepted by Brinley, but then he just gives possession away again to Harrogate, and Hall sends it up towards Muldoon. That's Turner looking for Wootton. Nice turn by Bagan, who looks a talent, doesn't he? The teenager on loan from Cardiff. Mitch Rose with the header. Doyle seemed to be caught there by Falkingham, but the referee couldn't have been better placed and said play on.
Well, the difference now for Neil Ardley's side in terms of the two strikers, with Thomas coming on, he can spin in behind, Wootton can drop short. I said first half, I think Dennis and Wootton were just coming towards ball, and they didn't have that out ball like Harrogate had in that first half.
Certainly should be two confident sides on show here. Notts have won their last 6 matches in a row in all competitions. The first time that's happened since September 2017. They haven't won 7 in a row since 2010. Harrogate have won 6 of their last 7, drawing the other one. Here's Enzio Baldwin. Wootton and Rose might decide to have a go, instead plays it to Brinley, and Thomas was in the middle. Such an important block that was.
Good play there for Mitch Rose, because the shot opened up for him. The actual ball out wide was a better option.
Roberts showing the more perhaps cynical side of his game there, and he's going to be booked for that challenge, the Notts County goal scorer.
Just one of those determined runs back as a wide player. Just one of those fouls you make, Adam, to try and stop the counter-attack happening for you.
5 goals in 5 games for Callum Roberts. It's given Notts County hope, that early free kick. A platform on which to build in this promotion final, but they've got to make sure they're switched on from this set piece. Another good ball in by Thompson, and that time the header was by Aaron Martin. Easy enough for Slocum, who now rolls out for the captain, Doyle. Not surprised we're getting goals in this promotion final. There is lots of firepower on show here. These two sides both ended the regular season on 61 goals. Only Barrow, the champions, got more in the National League. And what a fine job they have done, the Danish brothers Alexander and Christopher Reitz, since they bought Notts County. Neil Ardley says that, Adam, they're perfect owners and that they're very supportive, but they just let him get on with the job.
Well, it certainly has been a perfect combination for them this season in terms of backing them to rebuild this squad to get back to the Football League.
Now Harrogate looking to threaten. Fallowfield with Thompson to his right. Martin making his way into the box. It's a fantastic run from Fallowfield, and he's denied at the last.
Great challenge there from Mitch Rose.
Now he's got to get back because Notts County are mounting a counter-attack here. Roberts looking to ghost inside. Still has it here, Roberts. Baldwin to his right. Wootton and Thomas in front of him. Goes alone! And went close to an equaliser. What a run that was.
That was a brilliant run. Got a little bit of fortune to start with, but this is what he does time and time again. I actually thought when this left his foot, this was going in. Oh, that just agonisingly goes away from the post.
Oh, what a talent he looks to be. Such a good signing by Neil Ardley when he was brought in from Blyth in January. He said that playing for Blyth, having been released by the club with which he came through their academy, Newcastle, has just made him rediscover his love for football. Fell out of love with football for a little bit, I think, Callum Roberts. But he's right at it here, and so are Notts County. And it was Wootton with the shot, and dealt with just about at his near post by Belshaw, but it's all Notts County here at the moment.
Well, it's been a magnificent second half so far. Just one of those awkward ones at that near post area. I mean, Baldwin was in acres of space, but the angle that Wootton was at, no surprise, I think, just trying to hit it across goal, but ends up going to the near post. But miles better now. More encouraging signs for Notts County.
Turner's up from the back. And Lacey was there too. Rose looking to hold off the challenge of Folkingham. Showed great strength there, Rose. Fired in the cross, which was blocked by Martin, who was back defending. Notts have been excellent so far in this second half. Such a change side. It remains to be seen, though, whether they've already given themselves too much to do.
Well, maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah, maybe, but the boys were saying at half-time that the fact it is still 2-0, the game's not lost. But they needed a fast start in the second half, in the first 10 minutes, and they've done that. Just more intensity, Adam.
Baldwin now to have a run at the Harrogate defence. Baldwin shot. Always rising from Enzio Baldwin. But Harrogate here are inviting a bit of trouble. They were really backing off Enzio Baldwin there.
Well, they're winning midfield battles now, which they weren't doing in the first half. A bit more pace on the field, central and wide areas, and Baldwin's that person that can provide the pace and power.
Two genuine pacey threats down either side of the pitch now for Notts County. And it's proving pretty fruitful for them so far in this second half. He will be concerned, Simon Weaver.
I think he always knew that Notts County were going to come out fast second half, and he knew that it was just kind of trying to stop them scoring, which he hasn't managed to do. They haven't really got into the fluidity of like they were in that first half. We gave credit to Harrogate, the way that they pressed, and now you've got to give credit to Notts County, how they've played in second half, dominating in every area.
It says that Harrogate are on the cusp of something truly special to Simon Weaver. He would have thought that even more so after going 2-0 up in this promotion final, but Notts County are hitting back. Great turn by Thomas, and that is one of the most cynical fouls you'll see. Maybe understandable from Connor Hall, but potentially a very worthwhile one, because Thomas was threatening to burst through completely there.
What he did do, he just got too tight to him, allowed the spin to happen, and Thomas was through. I think you can say that was deliberate.
Well, in the football visual dictionary, that would be a yellow card. But he's really taken one for the team there, Hall. And the way that Notts County are playing at the moment, it just looks like a matter of time. Now, this free kick in a very similar position. And no surprise that it's Callum Roberts who's placing the ball with some purpose here. He couldn't go and do it again, could he? Belshaw on guard. Imagine the tension down on that touchline. This means so much. Roberts then for Notts County. Well, this time, way over the bar. But there is a clear and present danger here for Harrogate.
Well, they certainly have to try and find a way of just trying to take this thing out of the tempo of Notts County. First half, they were keeping the ball better. Second half, they've not really got into the game at all, and no surprise to look for that bit of experience now in Jonstead.
Never played at Wembley, Jonstead. Is he about to get his first opportunity at the age of 37, and of course against the club which he left to join Harrogate. Volleyed forward by Lacey. Word from down on the touchline is that it will be Aaron Martin who's going to make way for the introduction of Jonstead imminently. Just worth reminding you that both managers have the opportunity to make 5 changes today, and halftime doesn't account for their 3 opportunities to make those 5 changes. It's 3 in-game opportunities that they have, but 5 subs available. Burrell with the header, down here to Rose. And Harrogate are now going to be able to make that change. Adam, what do you make of it?
Yeah, no surprise, Adam. I mean, you wonder now how many of these chances that were so pivotal in that first half that he missed could come back to haunt. I mean, that was the main chance for me, more than his first one. But he's run the line well, served his purpose, and now I think they just need a bit more experience now in the final third. The out ball for Stead to hold the ball up. I mean, he could have had an argument to start the game. So no surprise that Simon's gone to his experienced striker to try and talk about experience in Notts County side. They need a bit now of this with Jonstead coming on.
As I say, former Notts County player, got 51 goals in 182 appearances for them, was part of the squad relegated from the Football League last season. And he said he feared that his time had gone to play at Wembley, so late in his career that opportunity has come here for Jonstead. But will it be as part of a promotion-winning side? This promotion final is very much in the balance, isn't it?
It is. So now the substitutions work for Neil Ardley now. I'm sure Simon Weaver will be looking to his bench for a different kind of reaction to come on.
Lacey with the header for Notts County. Roberts now loses control of it, and Diamond takes it off it. Diamond for Harrogate, and it was just behind Jonstead. Brought down really well by Bagan. Kerry. Thompson. Ryan Fallowfield. Jack Muldoon. Lloyd Kerry. Now Burrell. In towards Jonstead, and Turner got above him. Falkingham seizes on the loose ball.
Well, Harrogate needed this, Adam. There's a little bit of possession in Notts County's half, trying to pull them out of position.
Just overhit by Falkingham, the ball intended for Fallowfield.
I was saying, they did need that little bit of period of pressure in Notts County's half. Falkingham's a player that gets on the ball. He does play the ball forward a lot. So many times you see these midfielders go sideways and backwards. He's a player who's always trying to be positive in his pass.
No second leg to this tie, no second chances. It has to be decided today. It is a season's work on the line. It is high stakes, high pressure football, and remember, it must be decided either in 90 minutes or by penalties. There will be no extra time. Muldoon, Thompson. Diamond's the outlet down the left here. Try to bend one, Diamond, and Bacon. Not the flick to that. Foul on Thomas, free kick, Notts County. Harrogate's first ever trip to Wembley. Notts haven't played here since '96 when they lost in the third-tier playoff final to Bradford. They have won 2 Wembley finals, though, both under Neil Warnock. Can they turn this one all around here this afternoon as Thompson sends it up towards John Stead? Muldoon's getting forward in support. Diamond is as well. Thompson, who was perhaps the standout player of the first half, finds Kerry. Kerry in his 6th season with Harrogate, one of the few players in their squad who does have previous Football League experience, that with Torquay and Chesterfield. Muldoon, Thompson, Stead loitering in the middle, Vanderfield on the overlap. Danger for Notts County. And Thompson's there again, and Muldoon's there. And what an opportunity for Harrogate. They just couldn't squeeze it home.
And I thought Ryan Fallowfield may have taken it on earlier, but give credit to Ben Turner. He's had a difficult first half, but you just see his reaction here. Makes that first block, but the determination afterwards to go out and make this block now, gets himself up there, and I think that really pulls Muldoon into pulling out the shot slightly.
Those overlaps down the right, though, from Fallowfield, Adam, they're so impressive when Harrogate pull it off, and it's such a threat to Notts County. It certainly was in the first half. Not seen as much of it in the second, but you can understand that from Harrogate's point of view. They've got something to protect. But sitting off this Notts County side with the pace of the likes of Baldwin and the trickery down the right of Roberts, that's a dangerous game with so long still to go.
It still will be. I mean, there's still plenty of time to go, but especially down the left-hand side with Baldwin, he's almost cheating a little bit and staying further up, hoping that his side can win possession and getting further up the field. So if Harrogate can get into decent positions, they can create a 2-on-1 against Joel Bagan with Thompson and Fallowfield making the runs up against him.
Such a technically gifted player. Well, they both are, Baldwin and Roberts on either flank for Notts County. "15 months since Notts were relegated from the Football League for the first time in their 158-year history. Last summer's takeover seems to have sparked a renaissance, looking to become here the first club to bounce straight back to the Football League since 2016. And they've certainly been much improved in this second half. Bagan. Worth pointing out as well, this might not be the last time these two clubs meet this season. They were due to play each other in the semi-finals of the FA Trophy. And a date still to be decided, a 2-legged affair. But Simon Weaver, as we have a drinks break here at Wembley, looks a worried man who may want to be getting a fair few points across to his side as we take this opportunity to tell you what we have coming up on BT Sport. And the BT Sport Club 2020 kicks off on Wednesday. We have every game live from the knockout stages of the Europa League and the Champions League. Manchester United looking to finish the job they started against Lask. That's Wednesday at 7:30 on One. Rangers have it all to do as they go to Germany to take on Bayer Leverkusen. Thursday at 5:15 in the Europa League. Wolves all square from the first leg against Olympiakos in Greece. They'll seek to finish the job at Molineux. Thursday 7:30 on One. What a tie we have to resume the Champions League. Manchester City 2-1 up against Real Madrid. The second leg at the Etihad on Friday from 7. And then Chelsea, well, they've got a mountain to climb, haven't they? But go to the German champions Bayern, 3-0 down, Saturday 7 o'clock, BT Sport 1. But Simon Weaver saw his side go into a 2-0 lead in this game. Lovely ball by Fallowfield. Great deft finish by Thompson to make it 1-0 then. He provided the cross for which they made it 2 through the centre half, Connor Hall. But not started that second half so brightly. And how about this for a goal from Callum Roberts? I'm sure there'll be one or two Harrogate fans trying to pick themselves out in the cardboard crowd there. There's another one as well at the Notts County end. Notts, by the way, are attacking the end, which all their banners and flags and cardboard cutout supporters housed behind. So disappointing that the supporters can't be here. You could certainly make the case that it's the biggest game in Harrogate's history. Notts have had plenty of big games over the years, but when you consider where they've been and where they're looking to get to, this is such a pivotal afternoon. Thomas. Enzio Baldwin. Falkingham finds John Stead. Stead looking for Muldoon, an intelligent ball, and Diamond's making his way into the box here. The only man in there for Harrogate. That's who he looks for, and he found him! Would you believe it? Jack Diamond for Harrogate restores their 2-goal cushion. Power and pace on the counter-attack, and such a deft finish. Diamond by name, Diamond by nature.
Well, what a massive, massive goal this could be in Harrogate Town's history. Stead comes on. This is one of the reasons why Doyle got caught in that midfield area earlier on. Turner just gets caught square, and that's what Muldoon does brilliantly. But look at the desire of Diamond at the top of your screen there. I think Brindley has to stay with him. Just seems like there's no communication with Lacey there to tell him that he's coming across him. It's a brilliant ball in there, go and attack it, and he does that brilliantly. Well executed goal, massive goal in the context of this game.
Well, he got 3 goals in his final 4 league games of the regular season. On loan from Sunderland, and the Black Cat said, yes, you can keep him for the playoffs. But the Notts County revival has hit a major stumbling block here. Well, Irving Weaver, a man who took over at Harrogate in 2011, a father and son partnership. They are edging ever closer to what when he took over and they were in the 6th tier, a mid-table 6th tier side with crowds of 250. Looked an impossible dream. They're so close now. We've got less than 20 minutes of normal time and they're 3-1 up.
I'll be honest, I think Simon Weir will be slightly relieved as his side were on the back foot.
How Notts County need to dig deep here. A club that has shown such powers of recovery over the last 15 months. Even by Neil Ardley's own admission, it looked at one point like they were about to fold. Bacon with the ball in. It's such an open game, this. Turner thumps it clear. Some goal, this.
That's a great goal, great link-up play. But just look at him here at the top of your screen. The desire and the determination. I think Brindley's got to stay with him. You can't pass on a player there onto your centre-half. You've got to stay with him. You've got to stay tight and try and make the challenge. He just lets him run away from him. But it's a brilliant counter-attacking goal. It really is.
And they're looking for another one here. It's Diamond again. He's got Muldoon in the middle. Thompson's in there too. Stead is playing on the left of midfield here at the moment. Kerry. So much about these big showpiece occasions is tests of character, tests of mentality. And Harrogate really here look like they've passed a big one after not scored so early in the second half. Just for a little bit, they were on the ropes, weren't they, as not seeked an equaliser, another goal, but now they seem to have Notts County where they want them again here, Harrogate. Thompson decides to have a go, and it's straight at Slocum.
Yeah, just watching the body language, Notts County, they just seem flat. It just seems like the goal was just taking everything out of them when they were showing great promise.
Just our apologies for any swearing that you might have picked up on our pitch-side microphones. So a shade over a quarter of an hour of normal time to go as substitutes are sent to warm up by Neil Ardley, Crawford among them. Rose then to take the throw-in. Cleared by Fallowfield. Bagan heads it forward again for Notts. Oh, and it's been missed, and it's Rose who's going to get there. There are options in the middle. What an important block that was. Smith it was who threw himself in the way of that. John Stead. Across it comes here for Burrell. Look how stretched things are here. Diamond. And still Diamond. Got right underneath it.
We talk about the substitutions of Notts County. He's been absolutely pivotal, coming on, playing a role within that final third. He's linked up play brilliantly. That's allowed Muldoon to run in behind. That's allowed Diamond to run in behind. He's held up the ball brilliantly, and he's actually got Harrogate further up the field by keeping the ball in the right areas and bringing players into play.
Rose with the pass. Brindley's going to get there. Thomas! Brilliant save! And then another chance, and a fantastic block that time by Fallowfield. But what a save that is from James Belshaw, who grew up a Notts County fan.
Absolutely magnificent save. And then Fallowfield afterwards throwing his body in the way of Michael Doyle's shot.
Notts County are not done yet. Rose with the long throw in. Turner's up from the back. He missed it. Thompson didn't. Drops here for Doyle. Onto the top of the net it went, but Notts County are having a go.
Yeah, good reaction there. Great little cutback there from Brindley. You feel he's put it on a plate there for Thomas to score. It's a good height for the goalkeeper. He moves his feet really, really well. Couldn't quite wrap his foot around the ball quite enough to put it into that corner, but the reaction afterwards there from Fallowfield to make the block from Michael Doyle was very, very important. Good to see he's just trying to let the ball bounce low then to try and get that dip up and under the bar.
Harrogate get the throw-in. Here's the away back here for Neil Ardley and Notts County. Turner. Wootton again looking to hold it up and use his strength. I have to agree with Neil Ardley when he said before the game that regardless of the result today, just to get to this point, when you consider where they started over the summer, was incredible, really. I saw the squad described before the club was taken over and fresh blood was brought in as a bag of bones. Certainly looks much more than that now, but they've really got to summon up some spirit and some strength in the final 12 minutes here. Roberts looking to drive on. It's a really good run from him again. Might go all the way, you know. Still Roberts. Has that gone out of play? Well, the flag stays down. The referee says play on. Almost Held onto it for too long, really, there, Roberts. That looked a tired pass. Doyle plays it forward. Miscontrolled by Roberts. And a foul given against Wootton for backing in right on the edge of the box.
That's good referee in there, Adam. See those sometimes where you see centre forward look over his shoulder and you know the challenge is going to be coming in. So you see him there, so he knows the challenge is going to happen. So he's almost enticing the foul. So for me, that's good refereeing.
Such a difference between the levels of Football League experience at these two clubs. 9 ex-Football League players in the Harrogate squad. It's 20 for Notts County. 745 Football League appearances in the Harrogate squad, but 580 of them made by John Stead. The Notts County squad collectively 2,892 Football League matches. But it's Harrogate who have a 2-goal lead here, with the final 10 minutes approaching at Wembley. Thomas. Held up by Connor Hall, who scored Harrogate's second goal. Turner, width provided by Bagan. Wharton. Bagan had continued his run there. Support provided by the captain, Doyle. Blocked by the other captain, Falkingham. Notts County, a team in a rush. Falkingham with the block. Harrogate remain a threat on the counter-attack. It's a perfect ball for John Stead, but wasn't perfect control. Baldwin. Volley clear by Thompson, and Turner will get there before Stead. As every other National League club already firmly focused on next season, was originally scheduled to begin next Saturday, now due to start on the 3rd of October. Some reports suggesting reduced capacity crowds could be in attendance, but they're all a long way off right now. As Harrogate get the free kick. All about closing this out now for them and not giving Notts County another opportunity.
Oh, most definitely. Not been at the races in the second half, his side, but crucial goal at crucial times, giving himself a little bit of breathing space.
An absolute joy, he said it would be to lead Harrogate into the Football League. Said 11 years ago he wouldn't have even dreamt of them being a Football League club. I'll be floating on air, he said, if Harrogate earn promotion. They're so close to it now, as Belshaw sends it to the edge of the box. Stead looking to bring it down. Fallowfield, who's been excellent down that right-hand side. Thompson sliding in was Bagan. He did really well there to get the throw in as well. Baldwin to Bagan. Miscontrolled by Muldoon. Lacey with the ball forward to Doyle. Now it's Enzio Baldwin. Chased down by Thompson. Gets his pass away to Rose. Roberts is wide. Foul by Diamonds. Kerry's going to get booked here for preventing the free kick being taken quickly.
I've done that a couple of times now in this second half. Harrogate, just in terms of those little fouls that you make to try and stop the counter-attack happening.
Well, this too far out for a shot, even for Callum Roberts, but plenty of Notts County players on the edge of the box here. It's towards Wootton. Decisive, though, from Belshaw. The Harrogate goalkeeper named in the Team of the Year. as was their captain, Falkingham, as Bagan cuts that out. Such a contrast in terms of the stability at these two clubs over the last decade or so. Not supporters have seen their club have 4 different owners in the last decade or so. A whole host of managers, whereas Irving Weaver bought Harrogate in 2011, and Simon Weaver has been manager since 2009. Is that stability about to really bear fruit with the first ever Football League promotion? Often said that they're in the shadow of their much more illustrious near neighbour Leeds United, who've had a pretty good season of their own, promoted to the Premier League. Looks like both clubs could well go up in the same season. Wants you to take his son Simon to see Sheffield Wednesday when Simon was a kid. Doyle. Notts County need to rediscover the momentum that they'd really built up at the start of the second half. Turner floats it forward. Connor Hall with the header. Mitch Rose now for Notts County. Brindley. Last 5 minutes at Wembley. Thomas. Roberts couldn't take it on. Pass was just the wrong side of it. Dion Kelly-Evans is going to be coming on shortly for Notts County. Falkingham. Muldoon. He's featured in every game, in every competition this season for Harrogate, Jack Muldoon. It's going to be a Harrogate change first. Mark Beck, who's going to be coming on, just returning from injury. He's had around 6 months. He's been struggling with a hamstring problem. And it's their top scorer, Jack Muldoon, who's putting quite the shift out there in the sun at Wembley, who's going to be replaced. And he can certainly look back on this season with plenty of pride.
Oh, he's magnificent last season and continued his fine form again this season. Signed a decent new long-term deal for the club, so that will certainly be very, very encouraging signs.
So a straight swap up front. And Dion Kelly-Evans is on as well here for Notts County. Direct replacement down the right for Brindley. Now by Wootton. It's Falkingham who's down injured. Another player who's had a great season in Falkingham.
I'll say again, he's very underestimated what he does for his side. The work that they do when they don't have the ball, being brave on the ball. I like about him. Sometimes you get hold of midfielders, Adam, at this level that just go sideways and backwards in their pass, and he's one who likes to try and pass the ball forward if and when he can.
We said before the game how full of confidence they were, the Harrogate squad. Full of belief was another word that he used. Said that they were happy for more of the talk to be about the bigger club in Notts County. Beck with the knockdown. And Bagan with the clearance. Beck's pass. He shot from Diamond, comfortable for Slocum. Beck. Burrell. Dion Kelly-Evans is covering here for Notts County. I'm told the expectation down on the touchline is for 5 added minutes. Harrogate, a club that spent most of its existence in the Midland Football League, the Northern Counties East League, and the Northern Premier League, existing firmly on the periphery of Yorkshire football, now right on the very brink of a first ever Football League promotion.
Well, they were excellent in the first half, Adam, and really blew away Notts County, and we were just wondering if it was going to be too much for them to come back in the second half and get a result within this game. Harrogate's third goal was just the right time, and it really did knock the sails, wind out the sails of Notts County, and they just heads dropped, and it just really lost their momentum. And when they'll look back on that first half and just think where the game was lost, how poor they were, and you can't afford to do that against good sides.
Still not giving up, still believing that they can get back into this, but it's really looking lost now for Notts County as we await the fourth officials' board to see how much added time will be. As I say, the expectation is for 5 minutes. And it is indeed a minimum of 5 minutes added time at Wembley. You may have read these reports that Gareth Southgate, the England head coach, came to see the Harrogate players in the lead-up to this match. Of course, he's probably the town's most famous resident, certainly up there, Gareth Southgate as England manager. And just reading some of the players' thoughts on that visit from Gareth Southgate, he said they seem to say, all of them, that the way he helped them out the most was how to mentally prepare for an occasion like this. He did talk to them a lot about preparing for a penalty shootout, but it doesn't look as though they're going to need one of those.
I think the way that he's changed the national side, Adam, I think the mental baggage that has been brought on with tournament heartaches.
Let's get Adam Virgo's man of the match, shall we?
And I think he just scored an important goal in an important time. I think him and Thompson on the flanks have been absolutely brilliant in terms of the creativity, but the outball that they've needed. He's had an excellent season so far. He was decent against Boreham Wood, and today, again, another big performance from him.
They've really broken up the play well from a game management point of view as well. Harrogate, particularly since going 3-1 up, it stopped Notts County ever being able to develop a head of steam.
Yeah, I think that was a real key area of the game. When they got that goal, as I mentioned, it just really affected Notts County in terms of their tempo. Their heads dropped and almost felt they couldn't get themselves back into it again.
Kelly-Evans with the throw-in for Notts. 3 minutes of time added on to go. Flicked on by Wootton. Had a clear by Connor Hall. Was he in your consideration for man of the match as well, Hall? There was a few, really, he could have gone for.
Always get stick for picking defenders, so that's the problem.
Yeah. Well, he looks pretty relaxed, doesn't he, for a man who's on the brink of making a big bit of history here.
Yeah, one of football's good guys as well, Adam. I think the way that they came into the National League, the style of football that they were branded of playing, and they did that in the first half, and then they've had to show a dogged side in the second half to grind out this result. And they were really up against it in the first 20 minutes of this second half.
Kelly-Evans will take the throw-in. Gets it back again off Doyle. Oh, and it's dropped here so kindly. Oh, and off the post from Stead, and Thompson's there. What an opportunity in his first ever Wembley appearance for John Stead to get on the score sheet.
Oh, there's a clearance blocked down brilliantly. Unlucky. Unlucky finish there from John Stead. Made a big, big difference since coming on.
You sometimes, when you talk about calm on a football pitch, you sometimes think about it being a centre-half or in the central midfield area, but I think it's fair to say that that substitution has brought calm in the final third of the pitch.
They just needed that out ball, Adam. They just didn't have that. And he was just linking up play brilliantly. That was getting the wide players into positions more further up the field.
What a contrast in the respective technical areas. A season's work on the line. Is it to be right back to the beginning here for Notts County? But when the dust settles, there is still so many positives for Notts County to take out of this season. When you compare where they are now in terms of a football club and their ownership and their manager and their squad to where they were a year ago, it's night and day, isn't it?
I mean, you look at the first half performance, and I mean, he'll certainly look back at that as where the game was lost. But if you look at Notts County's season as a whole, Adam, it's been magnificent progress on and off the field.
Could yet be a chance to, I think, for a nervy ending, but couldn't get the shot on. And now it's Diamond to bring it clear. Maddie scored that lovely third goal for Harrogate. Up it goes to Wootton. And through here to James Belshaw. About to be on the winning side against his boyhood club. And there it is. Harrogate are going up. A Football League club for the first time in their history. It is a moment 106 years in the making. A dream is finally realised. Hard work, dedication and ambition are rewarded. League Two, their new home, come September. They've won the biggest game in their history. And that's how it feels. The contrast in emotion could not be greater though for Notts County, beaten at the last. For them it's all the way back to the beginning. No immediate return to the Football League, but a club that can still look back on a season of huge progress at Meadow Lane, both on and off the field. But this is Harrogate's moment. Their first trip to Wembley has proved to be a fruitful one. What a story. The father and son partnership, Irving and Simon Weaver, have pulled off what looked to be unimaginable when that partnership first started back in 2011. Simon Weaver, the longest serving head coach in the top 5 divisions of English football. It's an amazing story, Adam Verga.
It is, Adam, and full congratulations for their promotion today.
Let's get some reaction then on the pitch with Natalie Quirk.
Jack, congratulations. From a small Yorkshire club to now a team in the Football League for the very first time. What a story this is for Harrogate.
Oh, it's brilliant. I mean, all the lads were the same. We all wanted this from the start of the season, ever since I came on loan. It just shows out there. One goal, they concede, and then we keep going. And it's brilliant. It's a pleasure to be a part of it, yeah.
It was a fantastic start. How important was that to get the first goal that you were rewarded with, just to settle any early nerves?
Well, I think it's just like last game we started very well and didn't end up scoring first half, so we're going to say if we're going to make chances, we might as well put them away first half and put them under pressure. I think that's what we've done. I
suppose equally important not to panic when they came out of the traps in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we just said keep it together, a few little bumps, but you're always going to have that in a game of football. There's going to be a time. You've just got to ride it out and hope that quality shines through, which it did.
Simon brought you back to the club, of course, and you've played a huge part in getting them here today and what they've achieved today. How much have you enjoyed being part of this team?
It's been great for myself and the club. It's really helped us learn about football and progress, and I just try and take everything in I can and learn from all the lads here because it's brilliant, and I just want to win all the time. So there we've gone and done it, so it's brilliant.
Not many people get to play on this pitch, and even fewer get to score. That must be feeling pretty special.
Brilliant. I mean, I missed a good chance in the first half, so glad to get an important one. It's brilliant, yeah.
Have you talked about how you're going to celebrate?
Oh, just a cup of tea and early night, I reckon, but it'll be a good laugh with all the lads, and I think we'll enjoy the moment.
Congratulations, you're also the man of the match. Go and enjoy the celebrations.
Cheers, boss.
What a story. It's the kind of story someone should be making a documentary about. It's that good. From pretty humble beginnings, what, a decade and more ago, but certainly as far as the Weaver family are concerned, a decade of investment. And that's the other side of it, of course. Let's not overlook that. That's important. They will come again, Neil Ardley and Notts County. It wasn't their day, but they are so much better than they were a year ago in terms of togetherness and teamwork. But it's Harrogate's day today, and they are heading for the Football League. That pitch will have to be ripped up, Grant, on Tuesday at the latest. Get the spades and the diggers on site.
It'd be bittersweet, won't it? When they actually need to go and do it. It's one of the things you talked about, how important is the football club. But look at that.
Yeah,
that's what we talked about. To achieve what they've achieved, it is phenomenal, really. And as I said, for both Simon and his dad, it's fantastic.
And all those players, Chris, who performed exactly as manager and owner would have wanted today. They came as a team, performed as a team, gave 100%.
They did. They showed no nerves whatsoever. There was a period in the game where you thought that Notts County was sort of getting back into it, but some brilliant performances.
Yeah.
The wide players, the two midfielders, Kerry and the defence was solid. It was a tremendous performance. I'm so pleased for them, and they've played it in the right way.
Yeah.
Good substitution, Boulder. Steady coming on as well in the second half.
He nearly got the dream
He
finish,
did,
didn't
he?
Just the post denied him.
The dreaded drinks break turned the tide.
Well, they make a difference, these drinks breaks, don't they? They say they're going to continue them next season. I'm not quite sure why, but they definitely affect games.
Honestly, Harrogate were under so much pressure. They couldn't get the floor there. Then they had a little spell of passing it, and just as they did, John Stead came on, secured it a little bit.
Yeah. All right, let's dip back downstairs because Nat has also got the Harrogate captain, Josh Falkingham.
Josh, congratulations, playoff champions. You've got a place in the Football League. This is what you've dreamed of, and what a journey it's been.
Yeah, it's dreamland, like, wow, like, it's an emotional time for a lot of us, do you know what I mean? I think there's not many big names in that squad, maybe apart from John Steady, he'll take a big name, but Ian, you know, he's not a big ego or anything like that. We're a bunch of lads that have been hungry. We've wanted it, do you know what I mean? And we've never played in a football league, the majority of us, and it's just since coming to the club, a lot of us together over the 3 years that we've been building on this journey, it's just an amazing achievement, and to be given everything that's gone on with the COVID, the lockdown, I think it's just added even more emotions to it and everything like that. So yeah, an amazing feeling, and just we're going to wake up tomorrow very probably hungover but really happy, and yeah, just absolutely delighted.
An early goal, there could have been more in that first half.
I think it should have been 4 or 5 again, do you know what I mean? We started fast, we did it last week, and we should have probably been, we're 0-0 at half time, whereas today it was 2-0, but could have been 3 or 4, no disrespect to Notts. I think Azza hit the post and a couple of clear cut chances and we didn't take, and then Notts are a good team. I think you know, finishing second and third is probably the deserved final to come today, and Roberts, we always knew before the game he was going to be a threat, and he just showed what quality he's got with his left foot and put a great free kick, put us on the back foot. But I think the big reason why we've done so well, from learning from last year and then taking it into this, when we are under the cosh, we're able to manage games, and I think that showed today. We managed to manage a difficult period for 10-15 minutes, which it could have gone against us, and probably over last season, it would have gone against us, and we probably would have conceded again. We just managed it and managed to get a goal at a crucial time. Jack Diamond, fantastic. He's been an amazing asset to us, young kid coming on loan, and he's got a big future. He took his goal well and just give us that cushion that we deserve. And then Big Steady come on towards the end and just saw us through, do you know what I mean, up top, used his experience, and absolutely a great performance all round from us, and yeah, just one that we'll really enjoy.
Well done again. I know this will be a proud day too, especially as the captain as well, and a special day to remember to go and lift that trophy. So off you go, Josh.
Thank you very much, thank you. And I'm sure that BT show will look good now.
We hope so. We hope so. It's some ending, that's for sure. He talks like he plays, doesn't he, Josh Falkingham? A mile a minute, on top of everything. And the cogs in the machine, him and Lloyd Kerry in the middle of the pitch, were excellent today. Simon Weaver's built a very good team. To think that they were knocked out by Fylde in the playoffs last year. Fylde now have to fight their way back into the National League from National League North, whilst Harrogate can look forward to that trophy and Football League status. it is some story. And of course, there are new chapters now to write. And I think I'm right in saying, aren't I, that Notts County will be going up in a moment. They will come again.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're in a far different place to what they were last year.
Yeah. More from the boys in a sec, but let me hand you back to Adam and Adam for the presentations.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah, it's all a bit different, isn't it, to normal. They walk up the 107 Wembley steps, but he's a great guy, Neil Ardley. That's good sportsmanship from him and the Notts County players as well. It's a self-service medal ceremony, I think we'll call this, Adam, but how much these Harrogate players will be enjoying every single second of this.
Yeah, as you mentioned there, different circumstances, rather than walking up the steps and taking the trophy lift at Wembley. But that's the measure of the man for me. How far Notts County have come to stand there and applaud worthy winners.
Here comes the captain, Josh Falkingham. All the work and the effort and dedication has been worth it. Harrogate are going up. A Football League club for the first time in their history. The tension and the pressure's gone. Now they can celebrate. A small club with big ambitions. They have achieved their holy grail. Simon Weaver, in his own words, says he'll be floating on air tonight. They'll all get a hold of the trophy. They've all earned their chance to hold that trophy aloft. It has been a team effort from Harrogate Town. And there's the rewards, the piece of silverware that this has all been about.
Fully deserved, Adam. I thought they were magnificent today. I thought first half they showed what they were all about. The way that they counter-attacked, the way that they played. And then second half, they had to show a different side of their game to dig in. And then when they got that third goal, it was vitally important. I'm going to go too far as say, Adam, I think they can go again next year in League Two. I think the teams have seen, I think they can get promoted again.
Well, this is what those Harrogate players dreamed about. Now it's for real. Now they are going up. They and manager Simon Weaver have achieved their aim, accomplished their objective. There'll be quite the party tonight in their part of Yorkshire. They are the pride of Yorkshire. Of course, right in the middle of those celebrations there, James Belshaw, who came up through the Notts County Academy. His dad's a Notts County season ticket holder. But there's so many people who've been at Notts County for so many years who are here today. The 87-year-old Vice President Clive Dunnington's here, the club president George Dunnington, who's 83. They followed and believed in Harrogate all their lives. George said it would make his life to be at Wembley. As Simon Weaver has made his dreams come true. It's Harrogate's day, man.
Certainly is. That's the architect, certainly one of them, manager Simon Weaver, but as ever, putting his players first. Congratulations indeed to Harrogate as the domestic season draws to a close, briefly, of course, but don't worry, because there is so much more live football to come for you in August with BT Sport Club 2020.